is off to a hot start after being named Rookie of the Year. For the NBA, Ball decided to play in Lithuania and Australia over playing in college. But he has no regrets about skipping school. He told GQ magazine, quote, "You want to go to the league? So school's not your priority. We're not tripping off school. We're not dumb. We know how to learn. We don't need school. And school's not even teaching you bleep. What the bleep is school?" Whoa, a lot of fragments there. So, Otto, do you have an issue with LaMelo Ball saying athletes don't need school? That's my homie, too.
Bro, the sentence fragments was killing me, big dog.
What?
Like, we are not dumb.
This interview, though.
Yeah, I hate his comments saying we don't need school.
Whoa, let's go.
And why I hate them is because this. LaMelo, just because you do not and did not need school to monetarily thrive in society does not mean others like you will not, should not, and do not need school to monetarily thrive in society. Because the question is, need school for what? Typically, school is a means to an education. And education is a means to income. So you need school to garner the education, and you need the education to garner the income. Now, if you're a hooper, the education you need is different. If you're a hooper, you need to know about these X's and O's. You need to know how to put a ball in a basket. It behooves you to know about finances.
Yeah.
It behooves you to know about communication skills. It behooves you to know about time management. But the most important thing is to know how to hoop. But the problem is, LaMelo, you cannot give all-encompassing advice when it's only applicable to you. And that's why I got a big issue for it. So people will call me and they'll be like, "Hey, Acho, how you feel about your agents? Hey, Acho, how you feel about your publicist?
Agents?
Hey, Acho, how you feel?"
Did I hear that? You got an army, huh? No limit. Boy, how many percentage points you giving out?
Times have changed, big dog. They be like, "Hey, Acho, how you feel about this person, that person?" I say this.
What'd you say?
I love them. I always add a but.
Ooh,
and it's a huge but. I love them, comma, but. And there's a comma in there, LaMelo.
I love how you do but.
Comma, but I'm me. And so they might treat me a little bit differently than they treat you, depending upon where you are at this stage in your career.
You're giving that advice
You
down.
feel me? I'm like, I don't want you to go into this thing thinking that you're going to get the exact same treatment as your boy. Because I'm not necessarily going to get the exact same treatment as that person. I know how I get treated, and I know how I get treated based upon what I've commanded, but I don't know what you commanded. So I can't give you this advice that is applicable to you because it's been applicable to me. So I hate it, Sel, because LaMelo is giving out generic advice for specific cases, and you can't give out generic advice for specific cases.
Great point. You know I have a fondness, a deep love for the whole Ball family. Known them since I was little, and I love me some LaMelo. That's my dog. That's right. I still got his shoes at the crib. Bought them, too. Didn't even get the free swag from it. Didn't want to lend myself and lean on that relationship. But I got a little issue with these comments, and I'm going to use LaMelo with his platform, his name, his notoriety, to make a greater point. You do need school. Now, who doesn't need school? The people who walk around with a talent that is 0.0000001% of this planet that has ever lived, and that's LaMelo Ball. And he worked his tail off with that talent to now live a life that is in that 0.00001% of all humans that have ever existed. We get it. But LaMelo, you are walking into a pharmacy right now, giving a prescription to people that ain't their medicine. Here's their medicine. Let's talk about what they need. They don't need what you need. They need to take a different pill. Here's the pill of the masses. You need school for 2 reasons. Human capital, and also you need to build up your hardware so you can apply your software. First, let's talk about human capital. Most people in this world do not get to have intimate experiences with the masses that are going to all be congregated with a like mind, like philosophy, like school. We're all here to learn. And then export their services all across the globe. Think about it. We're football players, so it's kind of hard to really think about it. But for a person who is not there for our reasons, who doesn't walk on campus early and people already know our names. Imagine going to orientation, you have to actually wear a name tag or say hello to everyone. We didn't have to do that. So when we walk on campus, everybody know us or they know about us. But for the layman, for the normal person, You go to school because you want to be in that congregation. That when you guys all graduate, someone's going to Denmark, someone's going to Idaho, someone's going to South America. And now those are your friends, your alliances. That's the one reason you need to go to school, for human capital. The second reason is, in school, you're supposed to be building up your hardware. What is that? Basically, your principles, your values, your ways of thinking, learning, and applying yourself. All the things that we could talk about that could bore people. You're building up your hardware. Once you leave campus, it's time to apply software. What is the software? Well, at this job, they're asking for this from me. At this job, they're asking for this from me. In this endeavor, I need this to come from me. You need to know how to apply yourself in all situations. And school is supposed to prepare you as much as possible for those situations. So my biggest issue is not that LaMelo is being insincere or disingenuous, none of that. It's the fact that LaMelo is talking from a place that most people couldn't climb to even if you gave them all the ladders in the world. And that's the issue I have with his comments.
Yeah, let me take what you said and give it in a quote that I've heard.
Let's go.
They say that your net worth is your net worth. Your net worth is your net worth. So if, in fact, the more people you know can help you accrue more money, then it behooves you to know more people.
Hello?
Well, how can you know more people? By expanding your network and thus expanding your net worth.
Yeah.
Well, you can't expand your network if you don't really go to a place like school that has a lot of people. Now, we can simply talk to monetary aspects. You know, in recent years, average college degree, bachelor's, $78,000. That's your income, compared to $45,000, the average income of someone who just has the high school diploma. So we could just start there and we could stop there. But still, it's just too risky to be giving out advice when, LaMelo, everybody can't do what you do. And the advice isn't fully accurate. We only hear about the dream stories, the LaMelo Ball stories. You go from high school and you ball Kevin Garnett, the late, great Kobe Bryant. But what about all the cats that tried to do it and failed? We don't hear about them. So I hate, one of the worst stats I hate is when you're watching a game on NFL Sunday and you hear there are more 3-star players playing in the NFL than there are 5-stars. Well, duh, because there's more 3-star recruits than there's 5-star recruits, so it's a larger sample size to choose from. Don't sit here and try to skew the numbers with these eloquent lies. LaMelo, you living a great life that you, your father, your moms, your family, all them, your brothers, y'all put in that work for. But you can't start saying school is dumb and unnecessary because it was unnecessary for you.
Man, we got a little time. We could go here. I want to talk about how Charles Barkley was right, even though he got criticized. This is in the early 90s. You may be a little young for this one, but he went out there and said, I'm not a role model. You know why he's not a role model? Because he knew that his existence couldn't be something that your kids could go out there and could emulate. They couldn't. How many Charles Barkleys are in the world? So for everyone at home who is rearing young kids, athletes